on, guys? What is going on, 27 squad? Welcome back in to another video. And man, listen, I'm gonna be as humble as I can with these videos, covering the draft, but I am on my shit this draft. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I apologize for the curse, and I apologize. I gotta stop that. But man, I am on it today. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys know, if you guys checked my community post, number one on my big board, or number one in my prediction that the Giants were gonna draft was Cam Skattebo, and they drafted with the 105th pick Cam Skattebo in the 4th round. He wasn't my number one option. My number one option at running back is Damian Martinez. I just feel like Damian Martinez fits what the Giants need at that moment. The Giants aren't looking for necessarily a feature back or an RB1. They're looking for a good rotation with different varieties of skill sets, and they probably felt like Cam Skattebo gives them that. I felt like Damian Martinez was more of a guy that's going to give you the tough running yards. He's a little bit bigger, more physically imposing, maybe a little bit more intimidating in between the tackles. But Cam Skattebo is also great. If you guys have not watched him before, and it's possible you haven't, Cam Skattebo, running back out of ASU, Arizona State University. Not a lot of great prospects come from there, so understandable if you don't know too much about him. If you want to know how much of a dog Cam Skattebo is, just watch the Big 12 championship game that happened this past season against Iowa State, where he had a tremendous game where he put the team on his back, literally the reason why they won that game. And also go look at the Peach Bowl game where his team lost. And for the first time in 26 years in college football, a player of the losing team wins MVP. That is something of note when it comes to Cam Skattebo. If you watch the way he plays, he looks and plays a lot bigger than he actually is. The guy is only like 5'9", I think around 215, 220, somewhere around there. He's built like a tree stump, right? He's small, stocky, and he packs a punch. Let me tell you, he packs a punch. He does not go down easy. He's like a pinball machine. I mean, he bounces off of tackles. He runs guys over as small as he is, and he fights for extra yardage. Cam Skattebo is someone to be excited about. Now, you guys know I'm a huge Tyrone Tracy guy. I made a short documentary of him and everything before he even went off. I was a believer in him from the get-go. This doesn't take anything away from Tyrone Tracy. Will it take away some reps? Maybe, possibly. Obviously, because it's Cam Skattebo, we're going to put in another 4th round rookie in there and then try to get a rotation in there. But this is going to help Tyrone Tracy. If anything, it's not going to give him a big workload, and it's going to help the New York Giants offense. Tyrone Tracy, as much as we do love him, he is limited in his ability as a running back. You know, he doesn't have necessarily the power that you would want in a a third down back. He doesn't have those tough, he's not able to get those tough running yards in between the tackles. Although he slips by a lot and he had a really good rookie season, Cam Skattebo is going to add a different sort of rotation, a different sort of skill set to that Giants running back room. They try to use Devin Singletary in the role that Cam Skattebo is probably going to eventually play. They try to use Devin Singletary, but one, Devin Singletary fumbles quite often, and two, Singletary just doesn't do much as a runner. He's like around 5'8" or something like that, 205 pounds, something like that, smaller back. And although he can get some tough running yards, Skattebo is that much better. The Giants are just going to have a triple threat of tiny running backs. I think Tyrone Tracy is like 5'10", 5'11". Devin Singletary is 5'8". Cam Skattebo is 5'9". Listen, short kings, we're winning over here at the Giants running back room. But I'm excited, man. I am very, very, very excited for Cam Skattebo. Again, I would have preferred Damian Martinez. He was my guy. A lot of people wanted Marcus Bowe, the tackle / guard out of Purdue. I liked him as well. I didn't think that he wasn't like, he's not starter potential right now for me. Like, I wouldn't start him at, I wouldn't move Jermaine Illuminor to guard and then put him at tackle. I think Marcus Bowe has a lot of growing to do, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't have selected him here had he been available. He was definitely in consideration. The Giants just decided to go with Cam Skattebo. So I'm not going to lie, I'm killing this draft. I'm really upset at myself for not putting the Giants trading up for a quarterback in my final mock draft, even though I literally said it in the final mock draft that they are definitely going to trade up for Jackson Dart, but I didn't want to do it for the exercise because I wanted to give you guys picks for every pick. So I'm upset about that. I would have nailed the draft. I got Abdul Carter. I said the Giants were going to get Jackson Dart. I had defensive interior. I had Darius Alexander for the longest time as a New York Giant. I just knew he was going to be a New York Giant. I had him Darius Alexander for the longest time, and then I switched it up to Alfred Collins because I didn't think Darius Alexander was going to make it, but it wound up being flipped, and Alfred Collins was the one drafted in the second round, and Darius Alexander fell to the Giants with a third round pick. I don't know. I overthought it. I big brained it, and I'm upset about it. And then with the fourth round pick, the Giants got a running back, exactly what I predicted. Like, maybe I know Joe Schoen. Maybe I just know Joe Schoen, but I've been killing this draft. I'm happy with it right now. The Giants cannot make any more picks, and I'm going into this season very, very happy. Very happy. Also, a little fun fact, thus far, all of the New York Giants picks in this draft have been top 30 visits. That really goes to show how much they value the time they spend with these prospects and how much they really consider those prospects that they brought in for a top 30 visit on their boards, the priority that they take. So if they bring them in, that means they're really infatuated with them and they are heavily considered, and they probably prefer the guys that they met with over guys that they don't know or haven't talked to yet. So shout out to Joe Schoen doing his due diligence and drafting guys. Now for the fifth round, the Giants already addressed. Let's see if I keep my streak going. I just don't know the type of players that are going to be available, around 50 picks later. If Marcus Bowe is still available around that time, he may have been picked right now. I don't even know. I'm not looking at the draft right now. If Marcus Bowe is still available, I'm sure the Giants will get him. I'm looking at if somehow Kobe Bryant, he is an undersized corner. If Kobe Bryant is still available, I'm running the card on him. He's still, as of right now, he's still available. Let's see if he's available in the fifth. So I'm looking at that, and maybe they double dip with defensive interior, and they get a guy like Ty Robinson in there or something like that to help with that very not weak anymore defensive interior group. But yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Let's see who else they take. I'll make a big board for the fifth round and see if I get that one right as well. But damn, man, let's go. I'm very happy. Very happy. Like I said, I would have preferred Damian Martinez, but I'm happy with Skattebo, man. He's an absolute dog. I'm sure they fell in love with his mentality and his playing ability. So that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll see you guys very soon. Woo!